Good morning and welcome to my presentation on effective team leadership and collaboration. Here is our agenda for today. We are opening up with our intro, then we have a thesis statement. We're going to cover key leadership features. We're also going to go over virtual team leadership challenges and solutions. We will discuss key strategies in virtual team collaboration. We're also going to discuss diversity, equity, and inclusion in leadership. We'll also touch on the E&I best practices, team leadership philosophy, areas for personal improvement, and we're going to end with an action plan for leadership, as well as, of course, the references for this research work. So let's start off with our introduction. Effective team leadership and collaboration in today's professional landscape. Basically, team leadership plays a crucial role in driving productivity, innovation, and inclusivity. The ability to lead teams effectively, whether in person or virtual, requires a deep understanding of leadership principles, collaboration techniques, as well as diversity, equity, and inclusion strategies. We're going to open with our thesis statement. Effective team leadership fosters a culture of trust, communication, and inclusivity, ensuring that teams function optimally and achieve organizational goals. This presentation will specifically cover key leadership principles, virtual team collaboration strategies, D&I integration, and my personal leadership philosophy. Now let's go over some key leadership features. Everybody knows that key effective team leadership is built on 5 core elements. Number 1, communication. It has to be clear, transparent, and open, which basically ensures that team members align with goals and expectations. It also leads to active listening, which is essential for team cohesion. Next, we have trust and psychological safety. Teams have been proven to perform better when they feel safe expressing their ideas without fear of judgment or retaliation. We also focus on conflict resolution, which basically helps us in addressing and managing conflicts effectively and promotes a positive work environment. Next, we move on to motivation and engagement. We basically are encouraging team members through recognition, and don't forget that empowerment increases productivity as well. And last but not least, we're going to also mention decision making and accountability. Leaders must make informed decisions and hold team members accountable for their roles. Now we're going to cover some virtual team leadership challenges and also recommend some solutions. So with the rise of remote work, virtual teams face unique challenges today. Communication gaps is one of the challenges, and we recommend the following solution with regular video meetings and asynchronous tools like Slack and Microsoft Teams. We'll be able to tackle some of those communication gaps. Next, we have lack of engagement, and our proposed solution is virtual team building activities, as well as implementing recognition programs and establishing a collaborative goal setting approach to the organizational leadership. Last, we have trust issues, and recommended solution would be establishing clear expectations, having transparency at all times, and also ensuring that accountability measures are pretty much standard across the board. Next, we're going to cover some key strategies in virtual team collaboration plan. So we're looking for cohesion and relationship building. In order to get there, we're going to have weekly check-ins and virtual social events like town halls, etc. And this will essentially develop cohesion and build better relationships in the team. Also, we would like to establish effective communication by having defined communication protocols and also providing the staff with active listening training opportunities. Last but not least, we covered motivation and trust, and we achieve that with setting clear goals, having feedback loops that are constantly monitored, and also fostering inclusion. Next, we're going to discuss diversity, equity, and inclusion, and or DEI in leadership. DEI is essential for fostering innovation, improving employee morale, and increasing overall organizational success. Leaders must actively integrate DE&I strategies into team management. As a team leader, I am committed to creating an environment where diverse perspectives are valued, equity is upheld, and inclusivity is prioritized. My leadership approach basically focuses on unconscious bias training, equitable decision making, and fostering a culture of belonging. Now let's go ahead and cover some D&I best practices. This includes inclusive leadership training, mentorship and sponsorship of underrepresented groups, and also having a purposeful, diverse hiring and promotion practices. Paying close attention to those underrepresented and underserved groups. My team leadership philosophy basically boils down to me believing in a transformational leadership approach that empowers teams through number one, vision and inspiration. We must align teams with a shared vision. That's key in the organizational structure. Number two, we must have empowerment in the team. This is achieved by delegating responsibilities while fostering autonomy. And lastly, we have adaptability, which can be achieved by leading with flexibility and evolving work environments. So we must remain flexible and we must adapt with the current business trends. Now, here are some areas for personal improvement. Number one, I would like to basically strengthen my emotional intelligence. This would be achieved by enhancing my ability to recognize and regulate emotions in high pressure situations. Also, I would like enhancing my conflict resolution skills, and I can address this by proactively addressing conflicts to create harmonious work environments. Also, I would like to improve my delegation and coaching skills. This can be achieved by developing my ability to trust team members with responsibilities while also providing mentorship. Now we have a proposed action plan for leadership, and it is as follows. We would like to engage in leadership training programs that are actually focused on emotional intelligence. Also, we would like to implement a structured conflict resolution framework in the team setting. And we would also like to practice coaching techniques to develop future leaders. So that basically concludes our presentation on effective team leadership and collaboration. I would like to provide a brief summary of what was covered today. So we went over our thesis statement. We covered key leadership features, focusing on communication, trust, and psychological safety, as well as conflict resolution, motivation and engagement, and a decision-making and accountability approach. We also covered virtual team leadership challenges and solutions, and we focus on communication gaps, lack of engagement, and trust issues. We then develop key strategies in my virtual team collaboration plan, which basically focus on cohesion and relationship building with those weekly check-ins and virtual social events. Also, effective communication by having a defined communication protocol and active listening training opportunities. And also, the motivation and trust can be achieved by setting clear goals and having those closed feedback loops. Then we moved on to diversity, equity, and inclusion in leadership. And we covered how essential D&I is for fostering innovation and improving employee morale and basically increasing organizational success in large scale. It is imperative to remind leaders to actively integrate DE&I strategies into team management in order to basically promote those underserved and underrepresented groups. We also covered my DE&I team leadership statement. We went over my team leadership philosophy. We also went over some areas for personal improvement, and we also developed an action plan for that improvement. That is all that we have for today's presentation. I would like to thank you for your time, and any questions will now be addressed in an open format. Thank you.